afternoon, everybody. I got our little mascot here today. Of course, we have a wiener on a wiener dog. Too bad we're not making hot dogs today, though. But he's so good. He loves sitting here in this. He really didn't care to put it on, but now that it's on, he's going to keep it on. So we're going to cook today, huh? Some fall food, huh? All right.
What are we making?
Say bye, Chuck. We are making something with pumpkin. And I'm not a huge pumpkin fan. I don't like pumpkin coffee or anything like that. But this is such a good dish. I was trying to think of something for the fall for everybody. And it's just kind of neutral because it's not like a heavy pumpkin. Although I did have a pumpkin bread to Nutella this week. Thank you, Beth. And it was outstanding. So first I want to give a shout out to my apron. We had such a tough night at work last night. It was so busy. We're a little short-handed right now. Never had a chance to go to the mailbox, so I walk out last night, all this stuff in my arms. I see the mail, I see a package, I open it up, and it's this beautiful apron. And I gotta tell you guys, like, I wasn't sure what I was gonna wear today. I was just gonna wear an orange one to kind of match Tracker, but Gloria from Jersey made this for me as a gift, and it just brought me to tears, and it just meant a lot, and I was just super happy to get it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I love it, Flo. So
yeah, she made it.
Add it to my collection, and I'm always going to think of you now. Thank you so much. I appreciated it.
And now you're festive.
I am, just like Track. I actually tried to get a hot dog apron, but I couldn't find one.
Ew.
I really didn't match him. Look how he's just sitting so perfect. Okay, so I have two recipes today. One's really simple. It's just kind of like a little fall drink that everybody pretty much knows already. It's just hot apple cider mulled over there. I mean, I don't think anybody hasn't had it. So I just kind of made like a small pot for us to sip on or whatever. And then today we're going to be making tortellini with a pumpkin Alfredo sauce. Look how short the ingredients are, because this is how easy this is. It's tortellini, a little butter, a shallot, little pumpkin puree, heavy cream. Bam, we're done. It's going to be delish. I added a few things into it to make it my own, so we'll add those in along the way, but the recipe and the directions, ta-da, will be posted again on my Facebook when we're done. So I wanted to show you first how we made the mulled cider. So basically, it's apple cider. You go to the store, you buy apple cider, and you just put it on warm. And in here I have one cinnamon stick already. And these little things are called star anise, or anise, people call them. Basically, it tastes like a licorice. Here's the package right here. I actually got mine in like the Spanish section because I had a really hard time finding these. But they're hard. They're kind of like a clove, you see? And if you smell it, it's just, smell that.
Oh yeah, licorice.
Licorice. So it adds a lot of flavor to that. So there's 3 of those in here the recipe calls for, and I have some cinnamon sticks that I put in already, and I put a orange slice, and I put the cloves in it. You can just throw cloves in there, but trying to fish them out and everything is hard, so if you stick them in the orange like that, they stay in there, and then it's easier. So this has been cooking probably an hour already, and I would say that it's done. It's going to have lots of nice spices in it, but the smell of it just makes your house all festive, like fall. I also wanted to tell you, so this is like an American fall classic, but in the Italian world, we make something called vin brulee. Vin brulee is from way up in the north of Italy, where it's cold by the French Alps, because originally vin brulee came from France. They call it something else, vin something else. But in Italy, it's vin brulee, so basically it's the same thing. You would take a red wine that you like a Cabernet or a Merlot, and you would put it in the pot, the bottle in the pot, and you add the same spices basically. Cinnamon, the star anise, the cloves, the orange, you can even put apples in it, and some recipes even call for raisins. And we've had that at the restaurant when it gets cold. We make it in a crock pot, we leave it on the bar, and we just take little cups of it during the night to stay warm. So I highly recommend making the vin brulee. What's up, Bob? No, that's me making noise. Okay, so the first thing here is I have a pot of Tracks. I have a pot of boiling water here, and it's already salted.
Stop,
and
man.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the tortellini already. So this is a fresh tortellini that I got in the grocery store. You can also use the frozen ones. I think they're like a 9 or 12 ounce bag, but this was the family pack, which I thought was nice, so it's a 20 ounce. And this is fresh pasta. So honestly, this is gonna bake in half the time. A normal tortellini would be 8 to 10 minutes, and this is gonna be about 4 to 5. Because you see already, these are fresh, so they're soft. And these are filled with cheese inside. So we're gonna put those in the water. And tortellini comes from the Emilia Romagna section of Italy, which is up by the top. It's in the northwestern part. And that's where this dish, this pasta originated from. It's funny, like Italy has all different pastas for all different regions. And the tortellini comes from the Bologna, which is Emilia Romagna area. So we're gonna just let that go, salted water, and then we're gonna turn this one on. And now, by the time this is done, our sauce is gonna be all finished already. So I put this on, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil in here, maybe just 2 teaspoons or so. And then we're gonna add in our ground meat. Now this is a pound. I chose ground turkey. You could certainly use, ground pork if you want to, or ground beef, but I figured this is such a nice light sauce, I wanted to use the turkey meat with it. I'll put that over there, and so we're gonna get this going, and this is really, really light. This is like almost white meat, like 97% fat-free meat. I mean, it's just happened to be what I picked up. I thought it would be really good with this dish, and I have this going, right, Ebs?
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna get that going in the pan here. We're gonna put a little salt and pepper with it. And we do have a special like this at the restaurant this week. We have ravioli, cheese ravioli with the pumpkin sauce, we have Italian sausage in there. Because, we try to stay true to the Italian culture in the restaurant and not stray too much. So we have a sweet fennel sausage in that one. But it's very, very delicious. Okay, so we have this all seasoned because, it's kind of bland. And while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dice up a shallot. Now, a shallot is exactly like an onion, but it's very, very mild. And again, we're going to do that because we don't want to take too much flavor away from this very light pumpkin sauce. We want that to be the star of the show. So I'm not sure if you guys saw my spatula right there, but last week we went to Savannah for Abby's bachelor party, and we were on this.
Bachelorette.
I'm sorry, bachelorette. You're right, bachelorette party. I never been to one. That's the first time I was ever at a bachelorette party.
And I bring my mother.
I was grateful. They got me out of town and got me away for a little bit. It was nice. The girls were wonderful. They're my servers, so I mean, we know we get along. Okay, so I'm going to cut the shallot up here. So anyway, look what I got. When we went to Savannah, I went to Paula Dean's store. And I just thought that I don't have anything Southern in my home at all. So I thought, how cute just to get the little hay y'all from there. So while the girls were out, testing wet willies and all that, I was in Paula Dean's buying kitchen gadgets as usual. All right, so this is browning up. I'm hoping I have it.
It's on high, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's cooking. It just is so quiet. It's amazing. All right, so we'll get that going. I'm gonna just dice up this shallot really little. I'm just making them in little tiny slices like this. You can dice it even smaller if you wanted to. Tonight at the restaurant, we actually have some music. We have live music from Josh Jarman.
Nice.
And he's wonderful. He's very, he does acoustic, so he has like very light sounds and stuff. It's really nice for the restaurant. He has a lot of his own songs, but then he sings a lot of like James Taylor and stuff like that. So that's exciting tonight at the restaurant. Finally, we're having music back. It's been incredible. They've been struggling really a lot during this time. We had musicians every week at the restaurant, and once this virus hit, we kind of had to knock back on everything. But we're getting back to normal. Okay, so we're gonna let this saute up here. And next I'm gonna cut up some sage. Now you know I'm a big person for fresh herbs, and this was actually out of my garden. And this was one of the last herbs that I actually planted. If you don't know sage, it's very, very soft. It feels kind of like a fuzzy lamb's ear. And it has a really nice, the only way I can describe it is Thanksgiving. It just smells like stuffing. So I'm going to take these off of here, and I'm going to try to chop them up. I'm going to just leave a few here for garnish for later. And then you can also, if you don't have fresh, you can also buy this in the jar. It's rubbed sage, basically, you know, the same thing, it's just dried. You know, a lot of people don't have the option to dry herbs. I mean, it's something I've always liked. So the recipe just called for, let me see, a pinch. So that was my pinch, guys.
Oops.
Okay, so I'm just gonna also just dice up a little bit of this. I'm not used to this cutting board like this. I have a wooden one, so it's just kind of moving around here, but we're getting it. Okay, and we're gonna add this fresh sage in as well. And you're gonna start to see that it's gonna smell just like Thanksgiving in a minute. So I'm gonna also stir our tortellini in the pot. And it looks like, honestly, like it's almost done already. So we're just gonna get this turkey meat going here. Or, yeah, turkey meat. Yeah, some people are just like very turned off by this kind of meat and stuff. I don't, you know, they're just like, oh no, I don't eat anything turkey meat. But we made a soup at the restaurant that was turkey meat with kale. And right away, everyone's like, oh no, forget it. But then once they try it, it's so delicious. Because it does have a lot of flavor to it also. So I would eat this right here just as is.
Oh yeah, me too.
It just really looks good. So we're gonna get all this kind of chopped up small in this Paula Deen spatula I got going here. She is very, very loved down here in the South. Let me tell you, it's great. And also, while we're doing this, I wanted to touch on the cooking demo that we're having November 14th. I'm so excited. I put it out there the other day, and I already have over 23 people signed up to come. So I'm super excited, guys. We're going to be doing gnocchi. So we're actually going to make the homemade gnocchi, which I actually did do on one of my videos. But it's such a universal dish that everybody loves it. And if you've never tried it, you end up loving it. So I chose that, and we're going to do it with this pumpkin sauce. So if you want to come out and eat this and try it, just message me on Facebook. Let me know if you still want to come out. It's going to be really fun. We're going to be cooking together. Then we're going to eat it, and we're going to have a couple glasses of wine, of course. I also think that maybe limoncello may show up. And we're going to be giving away a few take-home stuff with little kitchen gadgets. So it's going to be a great day for everybody. I'm so, so looking forward to it. Just something different in the restaurant right now. We've been working so hard nonstop. Okay, this is all done. All the nice, all the pink is out of it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the pumpkin puree. And it just calls for a half of a cup. This is a half a cup. So it's right in the can here. This is not the one with all the cinnamon in it and all the spices already done. This is puree, like 100% the puree. And so I'm going to put that in here. This is like the hard, or when you're making pie and you're hardcore. This isn't the one that you just add, has all the spices, you know, when you add egg to it. This is the puree. I hear that if you give this to a dog, it helps them, I think with upset stomach and stuff like that, it helps them. All right, so what we're doing, we're adding it now because it's going to kind of marry into the meat here. And it's gonna cook down. We're gonna get that all in there. Now, the recipe did not call for spinach in here, but I'm all about color. And I'm all about kind of trying to add some healthy stuff whenever I can. So I just got a little bit of spinach here, baby spinach leaves. I'm gonna add those in also. Looks like a lot, but it's gonna shrink down. And to this now, I'm gonna add the 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna mix all this together. Even the butter is gonna melt. And spinach literally takes a few seconds to cook because once those leaves are wilted, they're good to go. You don't want them too dark, then they get like a dark green color and they just look stale. When we make soups, it's the last thing that we add because we want to keep that fresh color. See, the butter is melting and that's going into there. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper now because I added it to the turkey, but I also wanna add it to this. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. You still got your pepper thing going.
I do. And like all these people at work made comments about it.
Really?
Yeah, like they're happy that you got it for me.
Oh my God, yeah. We had some people come in the restaurant and they were talking to Abby and I, and they're like, we are so glad that you got the pepper milk. I'm like, yeah, she needed it. So I guess I must have been the last person to know about the pepper, the ground pepper.
No, because people bought me the other ones as like housewarming gifts, so
There you go.
you're not alone.
Educating the world. That is funny. We get a lot of people come into the restaurant and they're like, are you Abby behind the camera? Yep, that's her. Okay, so now we're going to add in the heavy cream. We're going to turn the heat down because we don't want to put it on when it's raging and boiling. And the heavy cream is 1.5 cups. So we're going to use our liquid measuring cup here. And we're going to pour 1.5 cups in. 1 cup, and we're going to go up to that 12 mark because that's going to be the half. 1.5. We're going to slowly stir this in. Thank you. If you wanted to add nutmeg to this, it would be a wonderful addition. You know, that also has like that fall taste to it, and that's fall fragrance. I love nutmeg, especially with heavy cream. And then we're gonna let this simmer for a minute to incorporate in here. We're gonna get this going. Is there anybody on there I need to say hi to? I need to say hi to so many people. I'm just so encouraged by people, should I say. I get little notes during the week and little messages from people, and they are making the recipes. I got so many people that made the crostata last week and eating it for breakfast and eating it for dinner. So it's been wonderful. I'm grateful that I'm adding a little bit of positivity into the world. Okay, so look how nice that sauce looks already. Doesn't
Yeah.
it look good? And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to just add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to it. This is fresh. It's, you know, fresh grated. And this is going to give it like a little bit of a nutty taste, which I also kind of like, because fresh parm like that is has like that deep golden nutty flavor. So the directions are all on here. It's like 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Okay. Getting a little carried away there.
You can't with cheese.
Never too much, right? Hope we have a bowl ready because this is going to be done in just a second.
Oh, yes.
We're turning that off. And I actually brought my spider with me because I'm just going to take it right out of that pot and put it in here. Now, as soon as this gets a little bit thicker, we are going to add the pasta into here. And we're going to save a little bit of this pasta water because if this gets too thick, then we can just dilute it down a little bit with that. So a lot of people, you know, are celebrating Halloween and stuff. Like, it wasn't really big in my house. I always associate the holidays with food. Everything that we did revolved around food, some type of holiday, and Halloween just about the candy, I guess. So I never really got into it much. Even when my kids were little, they would go to a harvest festival at church and have fun there. Remember you lost your tooth?
Yeah, it was a deprived childhood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay.
No Halloween, no candy.
Just good old...
Just church, Sean.
just church at the harvest festival. They had popcorn balls and things like that. Hey, now you guys are wonderful, wonderful adults. So you got your own kids coming one day, so you can do Halloween. Look what you're doing to this guy already.
This is Anthony's doing. I did
look at
not
that
buy
Halloween.
this.
Poor tracker. Okay, now this is on a low simmer. As you see, it's like a low boil. It's perfect timing. So what I'm going to do is get my spider out, and I'm just going to take the tortellini right out of this pot. And I'm going to put it right into here. Ooh, gosh, look how good that looks.
Yeah, it smells good.
And it just has that light hint of pumpkin in there, guys. You know, I like my coffee dark. I don't even eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving.
Oh, God, that's the best.
I know you love it.
I do.
Okay. It's all getting mixed together. We got our little spinach going in there.
God, I'm ready.
Are you ready? You got a nice bowl?
I do.
And these are nice fresh pastas, so they're sauce. We actually don't need to add pasta water to this. If your mixture was very, very thick at this point, you could just take a little ladle and take out some pasta water and put that in there. But this honestly is perfect consistency. So I turned the burner off, and I'm going to get us, maybe I'll just use maybe this. Yeah. I'll use this. Get you a bowl here. Get the forks. So I'm going to put some tortellini in. We have some turkey, a little bit of spinach in here.
So it's healthy, right?
If you didn't want... Always, babes. Okay. And then now on top of this, I'm such a sloppy preparer like this. Let me take that off. We could add a little bit of more crumb cheese to the top, of course, just to add a little bit of goodness on there. Look how pretty that looks. And now here, I wanted to show you, this is like a last minute little touch that I like. These are hazelnuts. Hazelnuts goes really good with pumpkin. If you can't find these, you could use walnuts, you could use pecans. But what I did was I toasted these in the pan a little bit. And this way, when you toast a nut, the flavor comes out. And I'm just going to chop these like this. I ate so many of these. You know, when I was little, my mother would get the mixed bag of nuts that you had to crack. That was like a big Thanksgiving thing. She put the bowl of nuts out. We would watch a Macy's Thanksgiving parade and eat all the nuts out of the bowl. And these, when I think back to it, were on there. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on the top. I am such a texture person. And there you go. And then I saved that little piece of sage. And we're just going to add that on the top. Look at this bowl of beautifulness.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? Look how nice that looks. Are we ready to try it?
We are.
How about you?
I got one. Oh, don't worry about me.
It's hot.
I
gonna tell you,
know.
She hates hot food. I think that comes from being in food and bev your whole life. You just never get to eat hot food there. We eat cold food all the time. All right, I'm going to take a little spinach.
This is the hardest part.
Is it hard for you? That's going to not get in your mouth.
I know. Just kidding.
I'm going ahead. Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Just a light little pumpkin. I like.
Just a light pumpkin, guys, because, I mean, if you wanted to add more, you could. If you wanted to add a little cinnamon in there for a little bit of sweetness, you could. But this, as it is, with the spinach and the turkey and the hazelnut on there, is delicious.
Yeah. Lots of texture I like. This is a good one. Good job.
Thank you.
I don't get to eat the specials at work, so this is nice.
I don't let them. They have to make them just like this. So guys, I hope you make this dish. It was really easy. I mean, it's $2.24. We cooked pasta, we made cider, and we have a wonderful dish going here. So please try it. I get a lot of messages from women saying, oh, my husband liked it, I made it. So I'm glad that I'm adding some joy in the kitchen. So you guys have a safe and happy Halloween, and we will see you again next Friday. I got sage in that one.